From the following trial balance of Sanjeev and Sons, prepare trading account, profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March 2019 and a balance sheet as on that date. Same type of information. Again, I will tell you, debit side, there are going to be two items, expenses, debit all expenses, and all your assets will be on the debit side. Credit, all incomes, and apart from that, liabilities also will be there. So that should give you a hint. Very quickly, very quickly. Okay, let's decide where these items are going to be written. Starting with the first one, opening stock. Yes. I want
Trading
the answer.
account.
Yeah, okay. You answer quickly. Okay, trading account, the first item is opening stock. What about purchases and sales?
Trading account.
Trading account.
Next, carriage outward.
Profit and loss account.
Profit
Very
and
good.
loss.
Profit and loss account. Plant and machinery.
Assets.
Asset.
Asset.
Debtors and creditors.
Balance sheet, both on the asset and liability.
Yes, debtors on the asset side, creditors on the liability side. Very good. Returns, and you will see returns are in both columns, debit as well as credit. Last time also this was there. Okay. So which one belongs to which? Can you tell me the debit one, 2000, if I ask you return, is which type of return?
Purchase return. Oh, sorry, sales return.
Correct. Sales return. Always it is going to be on the opposite side. Returns are opposite. Okay. When you purchase and you return, they are two opposite transactions. Same for sales. When you sell goods to your customers and they return, they are opposite of each other. So they cannot be on the same side. Okay. If sales is in the credit, then the returns are in the debit always. So 2000 is your sales return. And 4000 that you see, that will be purchase return. Always it will be on the opposite side. Okay. So tick mark purchase and sales, you know that you have to write that in the inner column and show the returns separately below. Okay. Then continue further. Next is buildings.
Asset.
Asset.
Motor van.
Asset.
Printing and stationery.
Asset.
No.
Profit and loss. No?
Profit and loss account.
Is an expenditure, profit and loss account. Okay. Then what about wages?
Trading account.
Trading account.
Trading account. Reserve for bad debts, or the short form is RDD. There was a long discussion in the previous lecture. It's there here also. I just want you to tell me the one that is already given to you, calculated, is new RDD or old RDD?
Old RD.
Old. The one which is already given is old. The one that we calculate later in the adjustments is new. And there is a specific way of showing this in the profit and loss account. We will see that again second time. Today there will be a discussion on this again. Continue. The next item. Commission.
Profit and loss account.
Profit and loss.
Profit and loss. This is an income because it is in the credit column. Okay. Then next, office expenses.
Profit and
Profit and loss. Only carriage word is given. Where will you write?
trading.
Yes. Do you see earlier there was carriage outward already given to you? That was in profit and loss account, carriage outward. But only the word carriage, or if they give you carriage inward, that belongs to the trading account. So only writing the word carriage, okay, it means carriage inward only. You will go to trading account. Yes. Continue further. Furniture.
Asset.
Premises.
Asset.
What is premises? The area on which your factory is built, okay, or your office is there. That surrounding is known as premises. So that is also an asset. Yes. Loose tools.
Asset.
Loose tools are also assets during the manufacturing process. Okay, you may require lots of tools along with your machinery. For example, screwdrivers, hammers. Okay, all of that is loose tools. Then what about drawings?
Liability.
Liability.
Drawings, you will, yes, from capital you will minus drawings. So capital is there down below. I will just tick mark. Drawings will be linked with that. Okay, good. Bank overdraft.
Liability.
That is a liability. Cash in hand.
Assets.
Asset. Dividend.
Profit
Profit and loss.
Profit and loss account is the right answer. Dividend in the credit, that is your income. Yes. Capital, of course, on the liability side, the first item. After that, salaries.
Profit and loss.
Profit and loss.
And loss. Bills receivable and bills payable.
Profit and loss. And
No.
liability.
No.
Balance sheet.
Bills receivable is an asset. Bills payable is a liability. We had discussed this. Bills receivable. Okay. For now, to make the understanding easier, what is bills receivable? Any bill, the amount which you are going to receive in the future. See, it is not received. Receivable, something to be received in the future. It is an asset. And bills payable, opposite. There is a bill that you have to pay, not yet paid. To be paid in the future, anything to be paid in the future is a liability. Okay. Then further, bad debts.
Profit and loss.
Profit and loss.
Profit and loss account. And these are old bad debts. That old RDD, all of that will be clubbed and written together. 4 things, okay, have to be written. Bad debts, yes, in profit and loss account, but a specific way of writing. And then finally, advertisement for 3 years. Where do you write advertisement?
Profit
Profit
and
and loss.
Profit and loss account, but there is an adjustment. Can you record information for 3 years? Answer is no. You always record only for 1 year. And because they have recorded for 3 years, we will have to make some adjustment there. So what you can do is tick mark advertisement. Okay. Then additional information. Now all of these 5 points, okay, they are going to have 2 effects. You're going to write in 2 places. That is one debit aspect and one credit aspect. So let us see what the adjustments are. Point number 1, closing stock on 31st March 2019 was at cost 60,000 and market price 70,000. Which one out of the 2 you are going to take?
60,000.
Cost 60,000, and what is your reason?
Being the lowest amount.
Correct. Whichever price is lower, that is the price to be taken. Market price is higher, we will leave that out. Cost is 60,000, let's take 60,000. Next, outstanding expenses, wages and salaries. I will just quickly tick mark those items. You also do the same. And the reason we are putting that tick mark is because you know there is an adjustment you write in the inner column. So that will help you remember. Wages and salaries, tick mark. What is the meaning of outstanding expenses?
Extra paid.
No.
to be paid.
Yes. It is the opposite of extra payment. Payment which you have not yet done. Outstanding is something that is still pending. Okay. For example, if you remember, salary has to be paid for 12 months in a year, but you may have paid for only 8 months or 9 months or 10 months, which is less. You still have to pay in the future. That is the meaning of outstanding. Okay. Next, point number 3, provide depreciation at 10% on motor van and 5% on furniture. This adjustment is easy. Depreciation, reduction in the value of asset. So of course you will reduce from asset side, and it's a loss for you. So profit and loss, debit side also. Only thing is tick mark both these assets, motor van and furniture. Okay. Then further, point number 4, write off 2,000 for bad debts and create RDD at 5% on debtors. Both adjustments are always done on debtors. Bad debts, actual loss. RDD is a possible loss for which you are right now only recording it. Both adjustment to be done on debtors. Go to debtors and put 2 tick marks for debtors. There are 2 adjustments. One is bad debts and one is RDD. We already have old RDD and old bad debts in the trial balance. This point number 4 will give you both of the new items, new bad debts and new RDD. Specific way of writing in the profit and loss account. We will see how to write that. And then the new adjustment today. Provide 10% per annum interest on capital. What is this interest on capital? We will understand when we reach point number 5. We will have a discussion on that. And then we will see what 2 effects are to be done, which 2 places to write. So that is the new adjustment. Apart from point number 5, okay, these things we have already done in the previous lecture. So let's continue from there. What first we will do is prepare the format of trading and profit and loss account on one page, the left hand side, and the balance sheet on the right hand side of the page. So come on, start drawing the format. Okay, starting with the first item there, given to you in the question. And in the trial balance, you have opening stock, which is the first item in trading account. We have already written the word to opening stock. Write down 22,000 in the amount column. Then the next is purchases and sales. The debit amount is purchases and the credit amount is sales. So write down purchases inner column 1,78,000 and sales also in the inner column on the credit side 4,60,000. Below that we have left one line for both the returns, purchase return and sales return. Okay. Then the next item, carriage outward, which is profit and loss account. So below the line, write down to carriage outward. The amount is 4,800. Then next, plant and machinery, that is an asset. So in the balance sheet asset side, the first item, plant and machinery. Amount is 50,000. Then next is debtors and creditors. Debit amount is for debtors. So debtors, that is an asset, but there are two adjustments for debtors. Okay. So write in the inner column debtors, and that is 44,000. And since there are two adjustments, you leave three lines. One is bad debts, one is RDD. And creditors will be a liability. So below capital, leave about 4 lines. 4 to 5 lines you can leave, and then write creditors. This has no adjustment, so in the outer column, 76,000. Then you have the two returns, both given in debit and credit. It is always opposite, I told you. So in the debit column, what you see 2,000, that is sales returns. So come to the credit side, and we have already written minus returns. Amount is 2,000. Deduct and tell me the value in the outer column.
4,58,000.
4,58,000. And do the same for the other returns, purchase returns. That is the credit amount, 4,000. Deduct from the debit side. Yes, outer column.
1,74,000.
1,74,000. That's right. Good. Then continue. Next item is building. Again, that is an asset. So after debtors, we have left 3 lines. Then you write buildings. Amount is 58,000. Next, motor van. And motor van has an adjustment of depreciation. Okay. Below in additional information, if you see point number 3, there has depreciation at 10% on motor van. So this one we will write in the inner column. Continue on the asset side, below building, motor van, 40,000 in the inner column, and leave 1 line. Then next is printing and stationery. That is an expenditure, profit and loss account, debit side. Below carriage outward, write down to printing and stationery. that is 3000. Next, wages, that is in trading account. So below purchase and returns, write 2 wages, but we have tick mark wages that has an adjustment. So inner column 28,000. Below that, leave one line. Then next is reserve for bad debts. 4 things have to be written together in profit and loss account: old bad debts, old RDD, new bad debts, and new RDD. So in the previous lecture, okay, there also we had, so I will just take you back to that and see how we had written the 4 items relating to the adjustment on debtors. Bad debts, old and old RD, which is already given, that you write one below the other. And then the new bad debts and new RD, which will come in the adjustment, those will be the next 2 items. But out of all these 4 items, only one of them has a minus sign, and that is old RDD. There is a reason also for that. If you look in the question, RDD, the old one, is on which side? It is on the credit side, 2,400. And that item we are trying to bring, sorry, the one above, 3,200. That is your old RDD. We are trying to bring that item on the debit side for writing it all one below the other, which is why a credit item can come to a debit provided you put a negative sign. So that is the only item which is written with a minus sign. So what we will do is write down all those 4 items one below the other first only and keep it ready. Write down here in profit and loss account. The first we will write 2 bad debts. That will be the old one. We have not yet seen that. It's there somewhere below. Leave that blank. Below that, less old RDD. And 2 new things, plus new bad debts and new RDD, plus new RDD. Now out of these 4 items, we have come across old RDD, which is the one already calculated and given to us, 3,200. So next to old RDD, write down 3,200. And the other items, as and when we come, we will write those. So specific way of writing bad debts and RDD. Okay. Then let's continue further. The next is commission in the credit, which means it is an income. So profit and loss account credit side this time we will write. But the first item is always left for gross profit, which is coming from trading account. So here you write by gross profit brought down and leave that blank. When we calculate gross profit, we will write it there. Below that, continue and write by commission, that is the income, 2,400. Okay. Then further, office expense, that is an expense profit and loss account debit side, to office expense. Amount is 5,400. Then the next is carriage. Only the word carriage means it is carriage inward. So back to trading account, right there, to carriage. Amount is 9,000. Then further, the next is furniture, which is an asset, come to the asset side. Balance sheet, furniture, but right in the inner column because there is an adjustment of depreciation on it. We have tick mark furniture, write down 20,000 inner column. Leave one line below. Always draw that arrow and keep so that you remember that you have to leave one line there. Next, after furniture is premises, also an asset. Continue below furniture. Premises, directly outer column, 81,000. Same thing for the next, loose tools, also an asset. $20,400 in the outer column. And then you have drawings, which is debit, but you are going to still write it on the liability side. Again, this is one of those items which we are taking to the opposite side. So it will go with a minus sign. Below capital, write down less drawings. Anything to do with the owner of the business, okay, will be adjusted with capital. Drawings, 24,700. Inner column, all adjustments relating to capital at the end we will close and find out. Minus drawings. Then continue. Bank overdraft, that is a liability. So below creditors, write down bank overdraft. Amount is 22,000. Next, cash in hand is an asset. So opposite side, below loose tools, write down cash in hand. That is 71,000. Next, dividend. It is given in the credit, that is your income. So come to profit and loss account, credit side. Below commission, write down by dividend. $3,300. Then after that you have capital. The first item on the liability side, we have already written that word capital. So back to the balance sheet. Inner column next to capital, write down 1,40,000. Then the next item, salaries, that is an expense, profit and loss account debit side. Below office expenses, write down 2 salaries. And we have tick mark salaries, there is an adjustment. So inner column, 2 salaries, 44,000. Leave one line. Then continue. Bills receivable and bills payable. One is an asset, one is a liability. So come to the balance sheet. The one given in the debit, that is the asset, that is bills receivable. So below cash in hand, write down bills receivable, 5,600. And bills payable opposite on the liability side below bank overdraft write down, bills payable. That is 8,400. Okay. Then the next item, bad debts. We have already written those 4 items in the profit and loss account debit side. Bad debts, one which is already given, that is old bad debts. So the first item there where we have written bad debts old, write down 2,400. Then you have the last adjustment there, advertisement for 3 years. So that is not written correctly, but advertisement is to be written in profit and loss account debit side. So first you write down to advertisement. Inner column, amount is 6,000. Now, what is to be done with advertisement? We prepare accounts only for 1 year. It's written also on top. For the year ended, 1 year. And you have paid advertisement for a period of 3 years. No. Recorded extra, which means you are going to have to remove. Okay. And paid for 3 years means you have paid in advance. What is the name of that adjustment? It is prepaid expenditure, paid in advance. So what you're going to do is less prepaid. Now, how much is prepaid to calculate? Very simple. 6,000 you have paid for a period of 3 years, which means for 1 year, how much should be the expenditure?
2,000.
2,000. If you cross multiply, okay, you will get the answer 2,000. 6,000 for 3 years. Per year, how much? Divide. 6,000 divided by 3 is 2,000. So you should be paying only 2,000. That is the outer column value, 2,000 for 1 year. But you have paid 6,000. So can you tell me how much you have paid in advance?
4,000.
4,000. And that's what you are going to deduct. You should be recording advertisement every year for 3 years, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. And that's how it will be total 6,000. But you have all recorded once together 6,000, which is not correct. So make the adjustment now. Whatever is paid in advance, you deduct and write the correct value. So for 1 year, it should have been 2,000. 4,000 is prepaid. This is one effect. One effect. What is the second effect of prepaid expenditure?
Asset.
Yes, it is an asset. The reason is you have already paid it in future. You don't have to pay again now advertisement. That is like a benefit. And in the balance sheet, I told you to make it easy to understand, the good side of the balance sheet is the asset side. And not paying in the future is a good thing. You have already finished off paying. So prepaid expense is an asset. Prepaid advertisement is what you will write. Balance sheet asset side, prepaid advertisement. 4,000 was paid extra. That is the meaning of adjustment. Write in 2 places, one debit and one credit. And both aspects we have finished. Writing here on the asset side, prepaid advertisement, this is debit. And in profit and loss account, you have minused prepaid. So minus debit is also credit only. So one debit, one credit, both of them done. And now the trial balance is complete. All items from the table we have taken. Now we move on to the adjustments given below. And reading point number 1, the first item, as always, each and every problem is about closing stock at the end of the year. So all information about stock is written in trading account. The way we have written opening stock on the debit, closing stock will be on the credit. Right on, by closing stock. And out of the two values, we have decided to take the lower value. Amount is 60,000. Conservatism principle we are using. Record the lower amount, 60,000. This is one effect, closing stock. It is your asset because stock which you could not sell this year, you will sell next year and earn money next year. Any money to be received in future is an asset. So closing stock, second effect on the asset side. Right. Closing stock, 60,000. Okay, two effects are done. Let's move to the next. Outstanding expenses, and there are two of them, wages also and salary also. This is exactly opposite of prepaid. In prepaid, you have paid in advance. Outstanding means you have not yet paid. So do the opposite effect. If prepaid, you had subtracted, then outstanding you have to add because you have recorded less. Then record the correct value, add over there. So first one is for wages, which is in trading account, right there, plus outstanding. Amount of outstanding wages is 4,000. Add up and tell me the value in the outer column.
32,000.
32,000. Good. That's right, 32,000. And exactly same thing for salaries also. Outstanding means it was paid less. Now make the adjustment. You will have to add over there plus outstanding. And if you read point number 2, for salary, 2,400 is outstanding. Add 2,400 to salaries. How much in the outer column?
46,400.
46,400. Okay. Now remember, only one effect is over. You have written on the debit side, added on the debit side. You also need a credit effect. Where do we write the second effect of outstanding expense?
Liability.
Liability side, two reasons. One is liability side is the credit side. So of course, we are going to be writing here. Secondly, it is opposite of prepaid expense. How you had written prepaid advertisement on the asset. Outstanding is exactly opposite of prepaid. It will be on the liability. But the most important reason of them all is something that you have not yet paid to be paid in the future is a liability. And two items you are going to pay in the future, wages and salaries. So since both are outstanding, we can write both of them together in this way. You write outstanding expenses. And below that, we will write one is wages, one is salaries. So we can write in the inner and directly show the total in the outer column. So outstanding wages was 4,000 and for salary it was 2,400. Total outstanding expenses, if you add up, that is 6,400. You can also write separately, okay, outstanding wages, directly outer column 4,000. The next line, outstanding salaries, outer column 2,400. Or another way of showing it is write down outstanding expense and show them one below the other. Okay. Two effects are over, that adjustment is complete. Then we move on to the next. Provide depreciation, and they've given you the rates for the two assets. Depreciation is value of the asset reducing. So go to the asset side and reduce the value. The first one is motor van. So go to motor van, below that write less depreciation. What is the rate of depreciation for motor van? Point number 3, if you read, it is 10% on motor van. So calculate 10% of 40,000. How much is that?
4,000.
4,000. Deduct and tell me the value in the outer column.
36,000.
36,000. Exactly same thing has to be done for the next asset, furniture, below. Write down less depreciation. The rate is different here. Can you tell me what is the rate? What percent?
5.
5%. So calculate 5% of 20,000.
1,000.
1,000. That's right. And deduct outer column.
19,000.
19,000. This is only one effect, reducing the value of the asset. And because asset value has reduced, it is your loss. In future, okay, you are not going to receive the full money of that asset. It is a loss. So come to profit and loss account debit side. And both the depreciations we will record one below the other. Right down. 2 depreciation. Below that, motor van and furniture. First, we will write the amounts in the inner column. So for motor van, it was 4,000. And for furniture, 1,000. Total depreciation on the two assets, if you add up, that is 5,000. Now both aspects are complete. That's it. Adjustment is over. Let's move on to the next one. And the next adjustment of bad debts and RDD, both are going to be done on debtors. So come to the balance sheet asset side. And debtors we have written in the inner column 44,000. Now we had this discussion in the previous lecture. If you remember, you tell me. When bad debts and RDD both adjustments are there, which one out of the two are you going to do first?
Bad debt.
Bad debts.
Bad debts.
Because RDD is a percentage which you have to calculate. Okay, that will be calculated on the adjusted balance, the new balance. So when do you get the new balance? After adjusting the bad debts. So first always reduce bad debts, which is your actual loss. Money that is you are not going to receive from your customer is a loss, which is known as bad debts. And bad debts is given to you. The new one is 2,000. Point number 4. Write off means reduce. 2,000 for bad debts. So deduct 2,000. So can you tell me what is the new balance of debtors? 42,000, and that you will continue to write in the inner column. That's why we had left 3 lines. 42,000. And the next one is also a loss. RDD, reserve for doubtful debts. RDD. And that rate, they are saying, create at 5%. And now when you create 5%, that will be on the new balance. That's why always do the adjustment of bad debts first. Adjust the balance of debtors and get the correct balance first. Then apply the rate of 5%. So now find out 42,000 into 5%. What is the value?
2,100.
That's right. 2,100 is the value of RDD. And now you can take the figure to the outer column. So deduct 42,000 minus 2,100. Yes, how much is that?
39,900.
39,900. Okay. Reducing bad debts and reducing RDD, this was only one effect. The other two we have already written and kept. Those 4 items, if you remember, profit and loss account debit. You have your new bad debts and now you have your new RDD. Okay. So both of them we are going to write there now in profit and loss account debit side. Okay. So old bad debts, old RDD recorded. Now new bad debts, that was 2000. And new RDD was 2100. Okay. Now you can take those 4 figures in the outer column. Only be very careful. One item is minus. That 3200 has to be deducted. The other 3 you add. So add 3 minus 1 and tell me what is the figure in the outer column.
Uh, 3,300.
3,300.
3300 is correct. Bad debts old you add. New bad debts you add. New RDD also to add. Only one figure old RDD has to be subtracted. Once you do that, 3300. Yes. Okay. 2 effects are over. You adjusted debtors. You brought the loss here. Adjusted. Done. And now the last point for which we will have a discussion to know what are the 2 effects going to be for point number 5. Now, pay attention. This is the new adjustment. Provide 10% per annum interest on capital. You need to know the meaning of what is interest on capital. For 1 minute, let's not take the word capital at all. For doing business, okay, let's say you have taken a loan. Taking a loan, where do you write in the balance sheet? Can you tell me? Loan taken.
Liability.
Liabilities and assets, you write loan on the liability side. Yes, you have taken a loan. But every month, you are going to pay interest on this loan. This loan that you take from the bank does not come free. Yes, they will give you money. Here is 10 lakh rupees. But it does not come free of cost. Every month, you have to pay interest on that. That interest is an expenditure. So where do we record interest in profit and loss account? Which side?
Debit.
Of course, it is an expenditure. Profit and loss account debit side, you will write interest on loan. So these are the adjustments, okay, relating to how a loan works. The liability, whatever loan you have taken, yes, that is recorded here. And every month, whatever interest you pay, that will keep going to profit and loss account debit side. Interest on loan is an expenditure for the business. It does not come free of cost, this loan. So you pay interest on loan, writing on the P&L debit side. Reason being expenditure. Exactly same is interest on capital. The way bank has given loan to the business, the owner also has given money to the business. Owner and business are 2 separate things. Do not say that owner is also the same as the business. No, we had studied that owner and business are 2 separate entities. Okay, that was the business entity concept, if you remember. So has the businessman given money to the actual organization? Answer is yes. Writing capital on the liability side, okay, that is money given by the owner to the business. So that also is like loan. Eventually, one day, this capital will have to be returned to the owner when the business closes down. So it is a liability, okay? And sometimes interest is paid on this capital. For giving money to the business in the form of capital, interest also will have to be paid. That is same like expenditure. Only the word, instead of writing interest on loan, now you will be writing interest on capital. Both are expenditures for the business, whether you pay to the bank or whether you pay to the owner. Both of them have given you money. When you pay to the bank, you call it interest on loan. When you pay to the owner, you call it interest on capital. But both work exactly the same. We are paying the owner interest for providing money to run the business, and that is interest on capital. So which 2 places you are going to write? Giving money to the owner is going to increase his wealth. So under capital, it will be add. Anything relating to the owner, when we do the adjustment, we write it under capital. So since we are paying money to the owner, his capital will increase. That is one effect. And the second effect for the business, paying interest is an expenditure. So debiting profit and loss account will be the second effect. And both effects are done. Writing on the liability side under capital, that is the credit effect, and showing expenditure on P&L account debit side is the debit effect. Both debit and credit are done, and that is the adjustment for interest on capital. Okay, and of course they have given you a rate, which means we have to calculate what is that interest. So let us do this adjustment. First, what you are going to do is go to the balance sheet liability side and see how much money has the owner given to the business, and that you will see in the first line, capital 1,40,000. So on this 1,40,000, we have to pay him interest. For the owner, it is an income, and his wealth will increase. So here you write plus interest on capital. And we will calculate now interest on capital. It is at the rate of 10% for the full year. So on 1,40,000, what is 10% of that amount?
14,000.
14,000. So you will add 14,000 under capital and continue writing in the inner column because other adjustments are there. For example, now if we have to still record profit, that also will increase his wealth, or loss, which may decrease his wealth. That we will have to see. But interest on capital is always add because that is increasing his wealth. For the owner, it is an income. Okay, recorded here. But for the business, it is an expenditure. Paying interest to the owner is an expenditure. So the other effect after writing here 14,000, that will be recorded profit and loss account debit side. Right up to interest on capital. Amount 14,000. So you will start closing with the first one, and that is trading account. Calculate and check which side is greater. Credit, take the total. Debit, take the total. Add up carefully, everyone, and tell me. Yes.
5,18,000.
Credit side total 5,18,000. Okay.
And debit side 2,05,000.
2,05,000 for the debit side. Just check, everyone, is that total correct?
So I got the debit amount different.
What is the debit amount?
I got it as 2,37,000.
2,37,000. Yeah, it is 2,37,000, not 2,05,000. Okay, 5,18,000 and 2,37,000. Always write the greater total on both sides. So credit side was greater, 5,18,000. Same total on the debit. And whatever difference is there on the debit, you will transfer it or call it gross profit. To gross profit carried down. And to find out, take the difference. 5,18,000 minus 2,37,000. Yes, how much is that?
2,81,000.
2,81,000. $2,81,000 is gross profit carried down. Where? Carried down to the next account, that is profit and loss account. You have already written the first item there. From debit, the balance moves to the credit. By gross profit brought down 2,81,000. Now same thing you do to close profit and loss account. Add up first the credit side, check what is the total, then add up the debit side and check what is the total.
To like 86,700.
86,700. Is this the credit side total? That's
Yes,
correct.
sir.
Yeah, that's correct. 2,86,700. Debit side, of course, more items, so add carefully.
$83,900.
83,900. Check everyone. Both totals you do on your own. You require practice for calculation also. So add up and check. Are you getting the same answers?
Yes, sir. 83,900.
Okay. So credit side, of course, is greater. Write the total, both sides. 286,700. Same on the debit. And since the difference is on the debit side, you write to net profit and get that balance. Deduct 83,900 from the credit side total, you will get. How much is that?
Two lakh 2,800.
Correct. 2,02,800. That is your net profit. Credit minus debit side total. If you do, you will get your net profit 2,02,800. And same thing, balance from one account is moving to the other. Gross profit from trading to P&L. Now this net profit from profit and loss account to the balance sheet. Where will you write it? Net profit increases the owner's wealth, and everything relating to the owner is written under capital. So below capital, right, plus net profit. That is 2,02,800. Now you find out the total wealth of the owner. Be careful, one item is minus there, drawings. Okay, the second item is to be deducted. So add the three other items, deduct drawings, and tell me the total capital now.
$332,100.
3,32,100. Everybody getting the same? That's right, 3,32,100. That is the capital. So in the beginning of the year, the owner had 1,40,000. At the end of the year, after earning profit, after earning interest, taking away some money in the form of drawings, in the business, he has now 3,32,100. Okay. Now, if everything is done correct, you add up both sides, the liability side and asset side, and check whether you get the same total.
It's coming 4,44,900.
Both sides?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 4,44,900. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That is why it is called a balance sheet. Both sides will balance without any difference. 4,44,900.